Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Virgo for the month of July, including late June 2026. So welcome there, Virgo. We are currently just in the sign, we've just entered the sign of Cancer. So you can expect emotions running wild this next 4 weeks. Lots of intuitive goings on, so be on alert for your intuition becoming quite sharp. Trust it a lot more than you will probably trust it a lot more than you normally do in other elemental signs. So it's a good, it's also, Cancer is very much about the mother and nurturing energy as well. So lots of good stuff in there for you to look forward to. You are in your 11th house of working with other people, like joining up with people, discussions, team building exercises perhaps. It's quite an interesting time where we can sort of get different perspectives on how people see things or how people work together or what their ambitions are or what their bugbears are, that kind of thing. So very much a social type of a experimental time, like it's ruled by Aquarius, so very much out there, sort of long lens stories about, philosophy and what they think. Big picture sort of energy is the best way I can describe the 11th house as well. Your energy is the 7 of Swords, so we've got a bit of jealousy or deceit roaming around with the 7 of Swords. It's one of those cards that is perhaps one of the ones that people don't like the most because they're thinking, oh my God, but it can be yourself as well, just sabotaging yourself, but it also can indicate that jealousy, especially in working with others and team building and all that sort of thing, jealousy can rear its ugly head in these kind of scenarios, obviously. So let's have a look and see where this 7 of Swords is taking us, whether we apply it to ourselves personally or whether it comes at you from this sort of energy that's going on for you in the 11th house, which it may well do where you are right now. The grief card, it keeps coming up for everyone so far, and this is reading number 5. Okay, so the grief card comes in, so this is when, and perfect time in the sign of Cancer, where we have to literally intuitively interpret this grief. What is it really about? A broken heart, someone that you miss, that is no longer on the planet. They're in the other world, so to speak, if that's how you see the world, see the whole thing. So we are best to confront it, or not confront it, but accept it and let it in the front door type of energy. And try to, it's also, especially coming in the water signs like Cancer, it's a time for healing. So we do want to sort of see how far we've come with our grief as well. Very interesting, actually. I'd be quite interested to see what has influenced this card to come in, as I have with the other four signs that it's appeared for. And we've got the 6 of Pentacles, so very much so, very much giving and taking energy, like a harmonious energy, the 6 of Pentacles. So if someone isn't putting in their 50% worth, well, you have to, or if you're the one that's not doing that, well, you can rectify that, and it would be a good idea to do so, because sometimes we just blindly accept things, this one always does this, and then you sort of have to sort of think, oh no, come on, just give as you would expect to be given. 50-50, in other words. But once again, with Pentacles, it's an earth sign. It's very grounded, very stable. So that's the energy I'm getting here as well, especially with this grief card, this jealousy card sitting there. Yes, there will be people, especially of the Virgos. People can be very envious / jealous of them because they are such meticulous souls who usually are the top of the class and whatever. Anyway, let's look into the background and see what's going on there. And we have the Three of Cups. That's quite interesting as well. So there may be something going on here with three people. And because we have the Seven of Swords here in the same sort of story, I'm obliged to sort of say, is there an affair going on somewhere for some of you? Or is there suspicion of an affair, or whether it be emotional or physical? It does, I have to tell you that that's what that coupling it does mean often. Or has it happened in the background and you're still sort of getting over it, which would understandably the grief card sitting there. But this is just, I feel obliged to explain it, and not all the Virgos will have that same sort of energy, but I need to say it. Okay, recent influences. We have the Sun, so seeing things very, 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 very clearly. The illuminating card, so there's nowhere to hide when the sun comes out. As we know, it sort of really illuminates all the flaws of everything that are there, because they need to be there. And yeah, so, but it's also a card for good health, and it's a yes/no answer card. So we love the sun, actually. It's a beautiful thing, and we hate it when it's sort of not there, or it's covered, hidden behind clouds. It's sort of a bit gloomy, isn't it? But then it can be it can burn you as well. So interesting big card coming in there. That's your first one for the for this particular reading. Very good for growth as well. Okay, the lesson. And we have the Eight of Cups. So something you have to walk away from somebody. Friendship, relationship. There is a need to just leave it for now, because there's nothing more that can be done at this point. It's reached a sort of crossroads where you need some breathing space, because it can't advance any further, and where it is at the moment is not particularly great. So it's just like a holiday from it. It's not a complete and utter cut. It's just like, well, just move aside for a while from that, because nothing more can be done at this point. It's sort of crisis time, and time to just be by yourself and just figure out what you need to figure out. Near future, and we have the Nine of Swords, so fear for fear's sake. So don't go too far into your head, especially in Cancer time, because it's a time of intuition. And your head, if you have the intuition that you believe first and foremost, if you go into your head and start worrying about all these possible scenarios, you can literally make yourself feel quite mad, which is not a good thing. So when this Nine of Swords comes in with the doom and gloom, you've just got to find a physical outlet, really, or something, do something around the house, clean something or whatever, to take your mind off that, because it's just mind-making, misery for you. And whatever you're thinking may never eventuate, but you've got to sort of find a way to have an outlet to get rid of all this sort of fear for fear's sake energy. Let's have a look at what's happening that you're not realising. And we have new beginnings on the way, so this is beautiful, another big card. So moving on there and just moving forward to a new cycle, which is excellent in itself, but you're not realising that, so you need to always take most attention on this card, because this reveals most of the answers to what we've got here. I have learned over the years. Okay, how others see you. Slow moving energy, which is definitely Virgo, and this card is Virgo, so this is it. So he is the Virgo Knight of Pentacles, very loyal, very he's just great. He's a slow moving energy, but he's very meticulous, like the Virgos. Catchphrase for the Virgos, meticulous. And he's somebody that just works quietly alone and doesn't really blow his horn like the other Knights of the Tarot do. So very unassuming, in other words. And most Virgos I know are very unassuming. Beautiful card though. Messenger type energy too, whenever we get a knight coming into the reading, it's almost like he's bringing messengers, and I think other people are seeing you as this, which is really nice, because it's like, oh, that's nice. I don't sort of see myself like that, but this is other people, and they're the ones that sort of, observe us, I guess. The positive feelings. And good news is on its way to you. So this is a lovely card. Something's coming that you're expecting, some news or emails or some sort of communication you've been waiting on is coming through with the Page of Wands. And the pages often are too like little messengers too, but they're also the beginnings of a cycle. The seeds of something that will grow into something quite good, big and massive later if you look after it correctly, obviously. Feed and water. It's like a plant really, I suppose. Okay, but Wands energy too coming in there, Virgo, so that's really good too, because it's fast and furious and it's positive and it's sort of moves, action. Final outcome. And we have beautiful divine timing with Temperance. So indeed, this is all for a good reason, this 4 weeks of energy that we've got. So when we get Temperance coming in, she is the Sagittarian. The sign of Sagittarius belongs to Temperance, or she belongs to it. And so she sort of said, all things must be done. It's always about timing, and when you get her in your spread, it means the time is right. And you've got new beginnings sitting down here, and the Sun. So you've got 3 powerful allies coming in for you, no matter what's been going on, to sort of and complete the 4-week cycle with her. It's time to get on with it and just go, okay, timing is finally right for me. Please like, subscribe and comment, and thank you so much as ever for listening to these readings.